Hello. Hi. Hello to all my beautiful people. Who is there on the line? Who is online? I want us to chat today again, and I want us to talk about gratitude. Yes, I see at the line. Welcome, my dear sister, my beautiful sister. I want us to talk about gratitude. Gratitude. Tomorrow in America, people are talking about Thanksgiving. Every day in Africa, we talk about Thanksgiving. I want us today to talk about gratitude. What do we understand by gratitude in the local sense, at our own level? How can we, hi Adeline, how can we show our gratitude to each other? How can we live a life that makes us more friendly than always? How can we make life so beautiful? Hey, Divine, I see you. I want us to talk about gratitude. You know, gratitude is something that many of us talk about. We not just talk about, we expect everybody to say thank you when we offer a hand of help. We expect our children to say thank you when we talk to them, when we give them something, when we are nice to them. We expect our neighbors, to say thank you. Welcome my pastor, Pastor Francis Tay. Welcome Lois. We expect everybody around us to say thank you. So we are always expecting gratitude from other people. But gratitude is something that becomes so difficult for us to offer. Gratitude is something that brings out more from someone when you offer. When you say thank you, when you say please and thank you, it is so appreciated. Yes, Divine says, gratitude and humility are partners. It takes a humble person to show gratitude. Perfect, Divine. Yes, if you are not humble, you will not be able to show gratitude. That is the truth. Many people claim to be humble. I mean, many people claim to show gratitude, but it is so difficult for them to actually show gratitude. Many people want to bring out, to say, they want others to say thank you, but you will hardly hear them say thank you. As Divine says, it is an act of humility. Gratitude is an act of humility. It is an act that you act out of yourself. You have to come out of yourself to be able to show gratitude. You have to be that person who is beyond you. You have to be that person who says, okay, despite the odds, it is back. You have to be that person who says, no matter what this person has done to me, let me maintain my being thankful to them. Hey, Sylvester Bobe, I see you. Yes, Adeline says, feeling thankful for a good service received. Yes. Many of us want to be appreciated. We want others to say thank you to us, but we hardly would say thank you to others. We hardly would say thank you to other people. So this day, this morning, this afternoon, wherever we are, I want us to view gratitude as a virtue that God has embedded in us, and we have to express it. It is something that God has given us that we have to express. You know, when Jesus came on earth and went around, he did so many things just for you and I to be enjoying life today. Just for you and I to be the people we are today. Just for you and I to be enjoying the life we are enjoying today. But how often do we look back at our life and we say thank you to Jesus? How often do we rush back to church to say thank you? Because that is where we should start. If you are not able to say thank you to the person who has given you and I life, to the person who is ready at all times to say, to offer more to us, if we are not able to do that, then we cannot be able to say thank you to the people we see around us. There is something that I always tell people. If you are not able to love the person around you, it will be very difficult for you to show love to God you don't see. So this day and this time, I am actually here for us to look at the word thank you, to see how beautiful is it when somebody says thank you to you. Tomorrow in America and in some places, they call it the day of Thanksgiving. If you go to every home right now, everybody is planning, preparing on how tomorrow they are going to sit around. Families are going to come together to say thank you. Families are going to sit together, sit around, share with one another, say thank you. Back in Africa here, we are saying that we want to maybe celebrate Christmas very soon. We are going to celebrate Christmas very soon. And during Christmas, many of us want to say thank you, especially the end of year. We want to appreciate God for giving us life. We want to appreciate God for letting us see this day, for letting us go through the year. Some of us have done so many things that we planned to do this year. Some of us have been able to achieve many things this year. But what I want us to know is that, yes, we planned to do many things this year. We have decided that, look, this year we want to achieve. 2018, I want to be an achiever. I want to be that person who would have arrived. I want to do this. I want to do that. Many of us had planned this. Now it is time for Thanksgiving. It is the end of year. Yesterday we said we should be able to develop, we should be able to come on board and say, look, let me put a mirror on the world and do an evaluation. What is our report card? Now I want us, those of us who have put our report card and we are able to see some of the things that we have done this year, because any one of us must be able to see what we have done in 2018 or what we have achieved in 2018. So now, when you would have looked at what you have achieved in 2018, what is the next thing? The next thing is for us to say thank you. So how many of us are saying thank you to Jesus Christ right now? How many of us are saying thank you to our parents for being able to pay our school fees, for being able to help us to go through the year, for being able to provide food for us, for being able to do many things? How many of us are able to say thank you to our parents? How many of us are able to say thank you to our friends? You know, let me get back to the parents. How many of us are able to go to our parents and say, not that well, they have the right, we have a right to enjoy our parents? How many of us are not just claiming right, but are able to appreciate, to say thank you, Daddy, for what you did for us this year? Thank you, Daddy. Thank you, Mommy, that you were able to provide for our school needs. Thank you for doing this or that. How many of us are able to turn and look back and say thank you? How I wish our children were listening to me. Many of us are at the receiving end, and it becomes so difficult for us to say thank you. It becomes so difficult for us to turn around and look at our friends and say to our friends, thank you for being a friend to me. How many of us are able to turn around, look at a friend that you have had every day, to tell that friend, thank you for being a friend of mine. Thank you that I have somebody I can lean on. Thank you, I have someone I can call when I am down. Thank you that you are there for me. Thank you that I have someone I can think of and give a smile, and smile that I have someone I can chat with. How many of us have ever thought that our friends are so valuable, you know? Because sometimes we just think that friends are for us to gossip. Sometimes we take our friendship, we spend good time, useful time, only gossiping with our friends. How often have we analyzed our friendship from the perspective of thank you? Appreciating God to have met us, to meet the people we have met on earth. Appreciating God to have allowed us to have such lovely friends. Friends you can rely on. Friends you can call when you're down. Friends you can turn to when you need someone to turn to. Friends on whose shoulders you can lean in times of need. How many of us, hey, Loveline, welcome. Hi. Hi, my dear. Hi, beautiful. I am happy you are here. Please share the video. Let's share the video so that some people can, through our pages, see and come in, because we need to talk about Thanksgiving. We are celebrating Thanksgiving. Every day we talk about Thanksgiving. Sometimes some of us go back home to do some traditions that we don't even know what they are. Maybe our forefathers instituted this as a sign of Thanksgiving. But I want us to look at the basic people around us. Do you appreciate your father? Do you sit like this and you celebrate your mother? Recently in our Afocom group, where we are raising money to build our palace, there are some people, recently this week, one of our brothers and sisters, one of our friends from our village decided to celebrate the life of their mother, who has turned 100 years. We call her the matriarch of the year. And they decided to celebrate their mother. They came and put their mother there, and they fundraised. They used it for fundraising. And they asked us, every one of us, to celebrate this matriarch. And all of us were supporting her. And then one thing I learned is that it's good to celebrate our people when they are alive. We don't have to wait until our people are dead. They are gone. And then we start saying that, we start running with blankets. Some of us run with big blankets. We run with buckets of food. We celebrate, we give food to people. People drink crates upon crates. People are able, we go with things. Whereas those our people, our old mothers, our grandmothers, they were alive. They were there, but we did not appreciate them. We did not say thank you for being part of our lives. We never told them that, look, we are proud. Mommy, we are proud that you are there for us. We never did that. But today, I am here for us to reflect back. Let us reflect back and see how important it is for you and me to say thank you. I am shouting out on all married women. How often do you say thank you to your husband? How often do you just appreciate him? How often do you just sit like this and then you look at your husband and you say, thank you, I am thanking God to have made me to be your wife? Do we spend all the time nagging, or we spend the time, the energy we use for nagging, we translate it and spend it for Thanksgiving? Thanking God and praising God for giving us such a wonderful husband, and then using that opportunity to thank the husband that God has given us. That is what we are talking about today. Thanksgiving, gratitude. Many of us have taken ingratitude to be a way of life. If you are an ungrateful people, you have to pray. If you are an ungrateful person, you have to start praying right now that God should break you, remold you, and make you to be a grateful human being. Many of us are not grateful. We are not thankful to our mothers. We are not even thankful to our partners. How often do you thank your sister, your brother, your mother, your father? How often do you, woman, thank your husband? Just turn on bed sometimes and give him a peck and say, look, I thank God for having you in my life. Sometimes if we bring positivity into our relationships, it will turn it to something very good. Yes. Divine says you have started blowing fire now. Yes, my brother. We have to learn how to say thank you, to appreciate God. You cannot only go quietly and give thanksgiving in church to God, saying that in your heart you are giving thanksgiving to God because of the husband that he has given you, without telling this husband that, look, I love you and I'm happy. I'm so proud that I have you in my life. We have to do that. You have to appreciate your husband openly, and vice versa. How many times have you men appreciate the woman that God has given you? The Proverbs 31 woman that God has given you. That woman that you need to rise up and call her blessed. How often do we men appreciate our wives? How often do you call your wife blessed? Do you look at this woman who wakes up at 4 a.m., she cleans the house, before you wake up your tea is ready, your dresses that you're going to put on to go to work, they are ready. Everything is ready for you. Before you get out to the sitting room, She has already placed everything ready for you. And then by the time you are running out, she's remembering what you have to take to work or to your business place. And sometimes you are in your business place. By the time you're coming back home, she has already prepared food for you. She is working, doing the job of your house help, the job of your security person, the job of your babysitter, the job of your cook. She's doing everything in your home. How often do you turn around and look at her and tell her, look, you are the Proverbs 31 woman. You are the woman that God blessed me wholeheartedly with. How often? Divine says, because of arrogance, people will not want to turn to their partners to give a tap on the back and say thank you. My dear, just as you want to be thanked, that is how important you giving thank you to other people is. Divine says, ha ha ha, some wives would even say you are crazy. Of course, because of the way we have been socialized. I want us to start thinking that we need to break from the way we have been socialized. We have been socialized to think that we don't have to say thank you. Look, every one of us, just as we want to receive thank you from other people, that is how people want to receive thank you from you. If you are a wife and you cannot appreciate your husband to say thank you for doing this, thank you for being there for me, thank you for being the father of my children, thank you for always being there when I need someone, thank you for placing your arm for me to cry on, thank you even for being there so that I nag, that I'm always nagging and I know that you are ready, you are always there to bear with my nagging. If we cannot say thank you to our partner, to our husband or to our wives, then we are not showing gratitude. We have to start showing gratitude. Yes, you have to start showing gratitude. You cannot be expecting gratitude when you cannot offer gratitude. That is a bad habit that many of us have. And husbands, look at your woman and imagine what God said when he talked about the Proverbs 31 woman. Be able to tell your wife that, look, you are the best thing that happened to me. You are the bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh. You can do this if you are able to say thank you. Thank you is something that we must say. Now, how many times do we thank our children? Many of us think that children, because they are the genial parts of us, they are the little creatures that are genial to us, they are not yet developed like us. Many elders think that children or younger people are useless people. You know, when we say that what an older person sees lying on the bed or lying down is more than what a young person may see, even if he or she climbs on a tree. When we say that, it should not run in our minds that it means that those younger people do not know anything. We have to appreciate the young people amongst us. Look, when you show gratitude, you teach people how to show gratitude. When you are able to stand up, look at your husband or your wife, your mother or your father, your friend or your colleague or your child, and you say thank you, you are in one way telling them, learn how to say thank you, because ingratitude is an illness that needs to be wiped out from the world. Why we do not have love in this world today is because we are not thankful. We have learned not to say thank you. Why we don't have peace is because we are not thankful. Why we are not able to love is because we are not thankful. We have to learn how to say thank you. You have to learn. You don't have to be expecting gratitude and you cannot offer gratitude. We have to learn how to give gratitude. Hey, my lovely and beautiful pastor, welcome. The minister of God, Veronica Fortune. I'm so proud you're here, baby. Thank you. You are someone that I look up to at all time because you really gratify. And I will share with you people, I felt so good and beautiful when I opened my Facebook page like this and behold, I saw a post by Minister Veronica Fortune appreciating Tilda. Who am I to be appreciated? I felt so humbled, I felt so loved, and I felt that what I do has an impact. That is what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. When you sit like this and you are appreciated, it gives you the push. It makes you to have another vision of life, And it makes you to know that there are people looking up to you. It makes you to realize that you are somebody who has value. It makes you to realize that there are people looking up to you. And it corrects you. When people appreciate you, they correct you. What do I mean by correcting you? They make you to sit up. They make you to know that people are watching you. When somebody says thank you, they make you to know that somebody is looking up to you. That is very, very important. They make you to know that somebody is looking up to you. And they make you to appreciate. They make you to value what you do. And what I can say is that you need to know how to do things and do them right. You need to appreciate, and you have to accept the appreciation. Don't take it for granted when somebody says thank you. My last daughter, when she was in nursery school, she used to come home from school. One day she came back. I was sitting in my sitting room with my friends. She came back from school, and then she told me, when she got in, I told her, hey, please, can you give me some water? I didn't say please. I said, give me some water there to drink. She went quietly, brought the water for me to drink. And when she came and gave the water, I gobbled the water and I gave her the cup. She went and put it back. Imagine how old she was. She was not up to 3. She came back and then she looked at me and said, Mommy, learn to say please and thank you. This statement from her challenged me until today. She said, Mommy, learn to say please and thank you. I never told her, I never said, please, can I have some water? I did not say so. I did not ask her, please, can I have some water from you? I never did. And when she said, Mommy, learn to say please and thank you, I felt so humiliated. I felt so ashamed of myself. And I felt at the same time so humbled. And I told her, hey, baby, come. I am so sorry. I really told her that I really earnestly, from the depth of my heart, say sorry. And do you know what my friend said? My friends mocked at me. My friend who was sitting right there with me, she mocked at me. She told me, look, you don't have to say that. You are spoiling this child. How can a child rebuke you like that amongst people and then you are saying you are sorry? And I told her, hey, let me bring up my children in my own way. I think this child required me to say please and thank you. A child just jumped back into the house from school, and you say, give me some water to drink. Then I drink and I give her the cup, the glass. And I realized that lesson, that little lesson taught me the importance of saying thank you, the importance of gratitude. It made me to understand that thank you is very important. Because if a little girl, a young girl of 3 years, could say that, Mommy, learn how to say please and thank you, that was enough for me to see that this child required a plea for water and a thank you because it's necessary. So how many times do we, parents, appreciate our children? Do we just send them around, toast them all over? Go, please, go to the market and do this. Clean the house. When you come back home from work, when your daughter or your son has cleaned the house, when your daughter or your son has cooked food, when your daughter or your son has made everything beautiful for you, do you appreciate, or you just jump in and then you sit there and say, well, that is a child, that is their job, they have to do that? We need to start being appreciative of what we have, of what we get from whoever you get from. Even from a mad person is important, because when you get out from your room very tense and you jump out to the road there and then you see one mad person maybe just dancing alone on the way and you smile, you have relaxed yourself. That mad person has offered something to you that requires thank you. You need to give something to that mad person, because that mad person has relaxed your tense atmosphere and has made life beautiful for you. So when you come back from work and you see the work that your children have done at home, please thank them. How often do these children appreciate their parents when you pay their school fee? When we pay your school fee, children, it is a right. You have a right to be paid. You have a right to receive payment from us for your education. It is your right to education. You have a right for us to educate you. But at the same time, you have an obligation to appreciate us. You have to say thank you to us. You may not say it outrightly, but you may say it through your success in your exams. You may say it through the care you take over your educational things. You may say it through you are being so well behaved when you go to school. You may say it by being a good child, by bringing out back virtues to the house, not vices. You may say it if we spend all our money to pay your education, pay for your education, provide your books, provide everything, pay every money for you to go to school, give you food money every morning, and then you bring back but drug that you have learned how to be drugging yourself. You come back with a pregnancy, you come back always with a report card so red. You are not being thankful. You are not appreciating us. You have an obligation to say thank you to your parents, that even though it is your right to be educated, you have an obligation. Hey, my beautiful sister-in-law and mother, Helen Gong, she says, we are supposed to appreciate our kids so that they in turn lead to appreciate others. My dear, thank you. If you don't appreciate your kids, you are not teaching them to appreciate you and then appreciate others. We need peace in the world, and the peace can come from inside us to the outside. By the little things that you do, the little things that you say, just the word that comes out from your mouth, thank you, that you say to somebody, can pull a lot of love to the world and can put back so much into the world and make the world a beautiful place to live in for you and for me. And then when we are enjoying the world, every other person will be living happily. Just the fact that you say thank you to somebody and you make that person to smile. Look, Minister Veronica Fortu, I imagine if you were to see the way I was smiling when I read your post, you don't imagine how many years it has added to me when I read that post. I felt so good. I was just smiling on my sofa, and my daughter asked, why are you smiling like that, mommy? And then I said, look at what one of my daughters has written to me. And when Minister Fortu again asked, are you Mildred's mother? And I said, yes. I said, oh, what a small world. And then I felt so beautiful in myself. I felt so proud. Hey, beautiful Nehu has come in. Mama Atalaku is there. Mama Atalaku, forever accept my condolence. Today, I'm going to go there to represent you for the work keep because I know you are not there. You see, so I tell people every day that when you show gratitude, you are showing love to the world. You are putting back something to the world that you may not value, but it has an impact. Saying thank you is very important. Don't expect thank you from others when you cannot say thank you to others. It is very, very important for us to learn how to say thank you. And there is nobody who is too big to say thank you. Some of us think that we are so important, and so if a woman comes to your house, cleans your house because she has nothing, and then does everything to you, and you don't do it, and you don't appreciate, then it's a shame. Yes, Christy, Mama Atalaku, is a small world. The day I knew your mother, I almost died. I was a classmate with your daddy. Kendo Elias is my classmate, benchmate in secondary school, and your mother is my sister. I was shocked the day I knew. So this is a small world, and we just need to be thanking God for making this world so beautiful. You know, you need to thank God to make your world beautiful. Did you go to Cameroon? Yes, Fritz, I'm right there. I'm sitting in my house in Cameroon, and I'm happy and thanking God for that. I went to Cameroon. That's why I had a small short break. Very soon, by God's grace, I will be here for some time, and then I will come again. But wherever we are, we thank God. I am thanking God today, especially for the knowledge that God has given for these people to create Facebook, to create social media, where we can entangle, where we can meet up with each other, where we can discover each other, where we can share love, where we can bring this world to one place and show love by being thankful to God. I thank God for this. And I want to thank everybody who is using social media to bring love into the world, because that is another way for us to show gratitude to God. When you are showing gratitude to God, even through social media, you are helping the world in one way or the other. And you are, through your gratitude to God, when you are using social media, you are thanking God, you are building people, you are touching lives, and you are doing just so much. It is through social media that I knew that there was a wife's organization in Douala. And each time I go to their Facebook page to read what they have done, to see what they have done, it is true that I knew Veronica Fochu. It's true that I knew Pastor Christabel. It is true that I knew my daughter Christy. You see, so God knows why He gave the intellect to those people who have created Facebook, who have created social media. God knew that the world was becoming so artificial and the gap between us was growing wider. And then God brought something that will bring us together. That you can sit in a different country and you are talking with people in another country. That you can interact with people. So what do we have to say? Thank you, God. And you can say thank you, God, because simply by saying thank you to people on earth here. If you cannot thank Mama Talaku that you see every day, if you cannot thank Tilda that you see every day, if you cannot appreciate Helen that you see every day, if you cannot appreciate Sister Veronica that you see every day, if you cannot appreciate those of us who are in here, favor, welcome my beautiful sister and daughter. If you cannot appreciate us, Helen that is standing there with her daughter, if we cannot appreciate ourselves here, right here, Fritz, if we cannot appreciate each other, I bet you we cannot thank God. There is no way we can say thank you to God that we don't see, when we cannot say thank you to the people we see. So if you are that person who carries all your money, all your things, and you go and give in church in gratitude to God, when you cannot gratify or say thank you to the person who is next door to you, then you are not giving thanksgiving. If you are that person who in your neighborhood, I know that the world has become so artificial. Sometimes we see our neighbors and we don't even greet because our neighbors don't greet us. If your neighbor is not greeting you, just a simple hi to your neighbor is very important. Greet. Because when you greet, that's being appreciative of life. Wake up in the morning, come out to your neighborhood and just hi. Just hi somebody. You're being thankful. Christy says God will not come down physically. God is not here. God will not come down physically here for us to stand and look at Him and say, thank you, Jesus. God, the way you appreciate A, B, C, and D, you are appreciating God. Remember what God says in the Bible? That you saw me hungry and you did not give me food. You saw me in the cold and you did not cover me. I was homeless. You did not give me a place to stay. Welcome, Mercy, beautiful Mercy. That is what God is going to tell you and I. Do you think that it was Jesus who came down and the people saw Him hungry and did not give Him food? We are incarnated by Christ. And it is only when we do that, only when we show Christ to the world through our action, through what we say and what we do, that God is going to bring us. Yes, it is only when we do that that God is going to do it for us. So, my dear brothers and sisters, Mercy has landed. She says, by the way, I like your nails, mommy. Yes, thank you. So off colors. I like to look good. Looking good is my business and the business of everyone. And I tell you, when you decide to be looking good, you are in a way appreciating God. I call Pastor Christabel and Minister Fochu, I call them the people who have made the word of God so beautiful, who come out to talk about God and they are so beautiful and striking and everybody would like to see them. That's how I call them. Because I love to see people who are beautiful. When Christy is talking and then she's dancing and looking beautiful. When Roy Mama is talking and looking beautiful. When Mercy stands and I see her bums looking beautiful. That is a way we have to appreciate God. Because God did not make a mistake. Somebody has written, Helen says, just saying good morning to someone with a smile on your face can make someone's day even more better than how it was. Yes, my dear. Yes. In fact, sometimes when I pass somebody by and I am so anxious to greet the person and I struggle to greet and the person just makes or the person just passes, I feel bad that the person, I've not related with that person, but I feel good that at least I did my own part. So we have to start giving thanksgiving. Let us appreciate each other. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate even yourself. You can thank, oh, network is bad. Yes, somebody is saying so. My dear, don't worry. You will see it on my page. You have to appreciate yourself. Have you given yourself a treat? That's Thanksgiving. How often do you give yourself a treat? This is an important aspect of Thanksgiving that I want you and me to take important. When you take your salary at the end of the month and you're doing budgeting, do you budget for yourself? You have to budget for yourself. Some of us work all the money and we do things for everybody but ourselves. We keep draining ourselves. We drain ourselves and then we don't give ourselves a treat. Give yourself thank you for being able to spend sleepless nights working, for being able to do menial jobs to raise money, for being able to sit in that office for the whole day to work money. Give yourself a treat by being happy, by sometimes going to buy what you like for yourself. Because I tell you, do things for everybody and leave yourself. Then you will realize that you are killing the body that works the money. Gratitude is a beautiful thing. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. How many of you have given yourselves a treat in order to say thank you to God for creating you and keeping you all this time until today? If you were part of Thanksgiving last year and tomorrow is going to meet you, how are you going to appreciate God for keeping you? You may just go out and do and show love, like we said yesterday. Show love in your neighborhood. Show love to everybody you see. Christy, thank you, by the way. Christy is already doing her Thanksgiving. She is asking people to support her, support widows. Who are you going to support this year as the year runs out? What are you planning to do that is going to impact and show that you are thankful to God who has created you so beautifully and so wonderfully, who has endowed you with the power? There are some people, I was watching somebody who does not have hands, but he's using his mouth to paint beautiful pictures. I saw that man did not have hands and does not have legs, but he's doing so much, and I was challenged. Come on, if this person does not have hands, does not have legs, and this person can do all these things that they are doing, how on earth can I not be able to do it when I have everything? I ask myself, if I have everything and I'm not able to do these things, then am I really thankful to God? Do I really give thanks to God? Do I really appreciate the fact that I have my hands, I have my intellect, I have my legs, I can sleep, I can eat, I can sing, I can talk? Do I thank God and the people around me who are helping me to exist on this earth? Today's talking is on Thanksgiving. How often do you appreciate others, despite the fact that we are always saying that we want people to give us thanks? We want to be gratified. We are always asking people, how on earth do I do all these things I do for you and you don't say thank you? I know many people who will beat their children up because they did not say thank you. How often do you say thank you to that child to teach by example? No matter how young a child is, even in your womb, when the child is kicking on the womb and disturbing you to sleep, when that child kicks and plays and allows you to sleep, do you go back to touch your womb to say thank you for allowing me also to sleep? We need to review our mannerism towards thank you. We have been socialized to be at the receiving end. Receive. We hardly give and we hardly appreciate. We have to start thanking God and thanking the people. To those who just joined, I am saying that Thanksgiving is a word that many of us use at all instances, but we hardly give it back. We don't want to give it back to some other people. So I am telling you that Thanksgiving is an important thing. You have to start by thanking your mother for putting to birth you and me. We have to appreciate our mothers, appreciate our fathers. There are some women who get pregnant and they flush it out. Your mother did not flush you out, so you have to appreciate her. She carried you for 9 months. You have to appreciate her. Your daddy stood by her. Your daddy provided before you were born. You have to appreciate your mother. Appreciate every mother figure in your life, because every mother is your mother. Do not think that you appreciate your mother and you will not appreciate your mother-in-law because your mother-in-law is not your biological mother. If you do that, you are wrong. If you think that you will provide everything for your mother to thank your mother, and then there's just another mother next door who is so wretched, and you never think of thanking that mother, you are wrong. We have to learn how to appreciate. Appreciation is a very important thing. Somebody wants to come online. Somebody wants to come online, and you know what? I'm very happy because it is no other person but Minister Veronica Fortune who is doing that. I pray that the line opens. Network is sometimes very difficult. I pray that it opens. Jesus, let it open. Yes, it has opened. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, my dear. I'm happy to see you.
Happy Thanksgiving, Mommy. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, so thank you. Oh, that internet should not joke.
Happy
yes.
Thanksgiving.
Thank
Wow.
you, my dear.
You went to Cameroon. We thank God for traveling mercy. So we thank God
Amen.
for taking you safely back. You just sneak yourself out of here and you left.
Yes.
And we didn't know.
I did. I just sneaked. That's how I was sneak back. Oh, this network. Oh boy, this network. Network, please do something. Yes, it does giant, but network is giving trouble. Oh, the network is a problem and a headache, and I really want to hear from Minister Fortune because I know that she has a lot to offer. I don't know if she has a call, maybe. Yes, she has dropped, and I'm sure she'll come back. So I was saying that we have to be appreciative to not only our parents, you have to thank. Stop taking everything for granted. Some of us take everything for granted. When your husband brings back something, you say, no, be no, man, I beg, give me that thing. That's very wrong. We have to learn how to say thank you. Say please and thank you to your husband. How many times have you turned on bed, tapped at him, and then you say, thank God for making you my husband? How many times do you men actually appreciate this, all these beautiful women that God has given you? Men sometimes are so proud to say thank you. Likewise, women to their husbands and wives. Men, you have a Proverbs 31 woman by your house, by your bed, your bedmate, your neighbor. Learn to say thank you to them. Let us learn to appreciate. Appreciate your husband. Don't take everything that he gives you for granted. You have a right for him to provide for you, but at the same time, you have the obligation to say thank you to him. You wives, you have the right. You husbands, you have the right to you have the right that your wives should do things for you, but at the same time, you have to appreciate them. Learn to appreciate your wives. Thanksgiving tomorrow, thank them. Hey, my beautiful sister-in-law and mother, she says, even if nobody appreciates you, continue the good job because God is glad when your work never gives up. And be sure someone somewhere has been blessed by your actions. Beautiful contribution there, my dear. Very beautiful. I appreciate that contribution. You are right. Even people don't want to appreciate you, continue to do the good work because God will pay you.
Before this network goes off again, you know, Thanksgiving, we should not make Thanksgiving a seasonal thing where we just wait for November to say Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving should be our way of life. You know, you should make it a way of life. The children of Israel, they were settling for over 40 years for a journey that was just 11 days or 14 days because they were not thankful to the Lord. He brought them out of Egypt and they found themselves in the wilderness and they were murmuring and complaining when they were eating manna and just like, God, what is this? They're not even thankful for what God had already done for them. So our Thanksgiving should not be seasonal. We should cultivate a heart of Thanksgiving. The thing I want to say is I have a problem. Why is it that when we send money back home and people collect the money, they never come back to say thank you? It's across the board. It's not on certain individuals. Cameroonians back home, when you send money to them and they collect the money, they never come back to say, Auntie, I collected the money and thank you. They never come back to say thank you. If they can only know the sleepless nights we put,
my dear,
and the sacrifices we make. I am on the road. I can have an accident and something can happen, and I send you money and you just take it like I owe you. Seriously, there's no the only people that are obligated to you are your parents. And when somebody sends you money and you don't have the audacity to come back and tell them thank you after you collect the money, it's heart aching, it's disappointing, and you just block your way. Like, in short, I don't understand why is this so difficult for Cameroonians? Can somebody help me? Because this thing is going on and going on. You will send money back home to somebody and they never come back to say thank you. They don't know how to show appreciation. Just collecting the money, thank you. Those words are difficult
to say.
Like, seriously,
Terrible.
you know, I'm not gonna be long on here, but that was the only thing that was boiling in my mind. I'm like, maybe somebody can help me understand why this is going on, you know. And it's because they have no idea what we go through to send them that money. You have no idea. I have been operating on 3 hours of sleep since January of this year. 3 hours of sleep. And it's not just me. There's so many people that don't even sleep. They're working round the clock just to make sure family back home is comfortable. But they never get a thank you. They never get a thank you. On so many occasions that you gather stuff and you send back home and people just take it and they just misuse it.
Take it like it's a right.
They just misuse it. Misuse it like that. And how do you expect somebody to continue to bless you, to continue to help you when you don't show gratitude?
Terrible.
When you don't show gratitude. And it's the same attitude we show unto God. When if you're expecting $100 and God gives you 20, you still have to go back and say, Father, thank you. I thank you for this 20 and I'm going to use it like this. If you don't use it, you don't show that you're happy for the 20, how do you expect him to give you more? The same will apply for humans. If you don't show me that you can be thankful for the 5 that I give you, how do you want me to give you 200 when you're not even showing appreciation for the 5 that you have received? Be thankful for the little you have. Be thankful for the little they have given you.
Yes.
So that you can get more. Meaning we don't even know the secret to getting more. The secret to getting more is gratitude, humility.
Yes, gratitude. Yes.
Be grateful for what you have. While you're waiting to get where you're going, while you're waiting to get what you've asked for, be grateful for what you've already received.
Exactly.
Be grateful for what you already received. And that will open the door for you. It will open the door for you. Now, the last thing I want to say is that the love that we have in us to give to other people, it is something God has already given you. God has, when he created us, he loved us and he poured his love on us.
Yes.
Many of us don't have that love in us anymore because the love has leaked out. It has leaked out. Like you have a cup, a full cup, and then there's hole in that cup where when you pour water, the water leaks out. So there are holes in our heart. When God is pouring his love, the love is leaking out. So we have no love to give out to the next person.
Yeah.
What is leaking out our love? Unforgiveness. If we're going to think about the season in time, this is a time for us to do an inventory and think about the people that we have stopped talking to for one reason or the other. Think about the people that you're harboring in your heart. Think about the people that you might have offended, the people that you think have offended you, the people that you have cut off just because you heard one thing or the other about them from one friend, one influence. Just think about all those people and go. The father said, when you bring your gift and you remember that you have an issue with your brother, go fix it first before you bring your gift. Psalms 23 says that what? Forgive us as we forgive. If you're expecting God to forgive you, because we do sin every second and every day. And if you're expecting God to continue forgiving you, you had to forgive the next person. So in this season, let's do an inventory of the people that we think we're keeping in our hearts and cultivate a heart of forgiveness so that you can clear the way for your blessings to come in. The unforgiveness will keep blessings away from you. It's one of the things that God frowns at. If he forgives you, just like the story of the master who forgave his servant, and then the servant went and met another person who was owing him and held the person by the throat. When you don't forgive somebody, that's what you literally do. You're choking them.
Yes.
Unforgiveness. So let's forgive. Unforgiveness is one of the things that will pierce a hole in your heart and will leak the love of God out of you.
Yeah.
Bitterness, hatred, gossip, all of those things, anger, they will pierce holes in our hearts so that when God is pouring his love in you, it's leaking. At the end of the day, you have no love to give. You cannot love your neighbor because you have no love of God in you. You cannot sacrifice because you have no love in you. You cannot show empathy because you have no love in you.
Yes. Wow.
And so all those things in this season, we've got to examine ourselves first and go back to God and to give me a new heart that is full of your love. God gives you a new heart. He says that he that is in Christ is a new creation. He does not repair. He gives you a new heart. So when you get the new heart, we ought to guard it. He says, guard your heart with all diligence. Guard it from unforgiveness, guard it from anger, guard it from jealousy, guard it from unforgiveness, guard it from hatred, guard it from murmuring, guard it from all these things that causes anxiety and division among us. Guard your hearts. Because when you have the love of God, says, I'll pour my love in you in the overflow. Your love will overflow. So you're giving the next person from the overflow of what you have.
Exactly.
But if you don't have to give, if you don't have anything in you to give, it will be difficult for you to love your child, love your husband, love the next person you see. So let's guard our hearts in this season so that love will dwell in us, and it will be easy for you to love the next person and love yourself. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We love you, our minister. That was powerful. You needed to come online. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mommy. It's always a privilege.
Thank you. Wow. 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 We needed that particular contribution. This is powerful. Powerful. A question that I have been asking. I don't know. When Henry comes, let me know. I don't know how people, I've been saying it in a joke to young men. I say, when your brother or sister is out of this country, when they send you money, you go around say, I beg my sister there for Mbeng, why? My sister there for Bush, why? My brother sent her for Bush, why? And you see them putting on some kind of dresses, misusing the money even without saying thank you. You see, as the minister has said, we need to say thank you. It is important. It is an obligation. In fact, we have to say thank you. Just as you have a right for someone to help you, you have an obligation to appreciate, to show gratitude. When you don't show gratitude, what do you think you are doing? I have always told people that I wish everybody could go out to the Western world to see how people work like slaves just to make ends meet. And then when they take small and send to us back in Africa, what we do is that we go around jubilating, we misuse. I know of people who have worked money, sent money for their houses to be constructed in Africa, and then when they get back home, they see a wild bush. That is even if they were able to get the plot. Some people take the money, they don't buy the plot. Some people take the money, they don't even do anything. They don't build any house. Some people take the money, they don't even sponsor children to school. They do nothing. They just use the money. I will tell you people something that happened. A woman who was living in Geneva, in fact, we met this woman during our evaluation. We were doing a project, an international project on immigration. And we met this woman who complained that she has been sending, we met her sick in the hospital. She had HIV/AIDS. Sorry, well, I've not called her name. And she was sick. She had a terminal disease. And it was as a result of the kind of work she was doing and then sending money back in Africa. And she was dying, and then she said she wanted to tell us, to tell the world that they should stop, people should stop misusing themselves just to send back money home, because she worked money and sent home tens of thousands of millions, and then she finally is dying today without anything. Thank God that lady has not died. She was rescued and she's doing well. You know, we need to, that's this example I'm giving is a testimony that somebody gave, and she was giving this testimony to the world. When you go out of this country, do not work yourself to death only because you want to please your family, because sometimes you want to please them and they themselves don't want to please themselves. You send money, they don't use it for any useful thing for themselves, and then you say, okay, I want to have a piece of land to build a house so that when I retire and come home I can live there. They take the money, they don't build the house, and then you send money, you sleep hungry out there, you are struggling, but then they are living a very gorgeous life back here with your sweat, yet none of them says thank you. Minister Fortune, you have said it all. Even those of us who are back here, when you are doing a little bit of job, you give money to people, they take it as if it is an entitlement. Some people think that because you are working, you have to give them everything. When you don't give something, you go around telling people, hey, I have my grandson, my cousin who is a big woman, my aunt who is this, she's doing nothing to the family, she's only taking care of her children. You know, there are people in families who say that. That is being ungrateful. That when you give them something, they seize it. They don't even take it with love, and they don't even appreciate it. My dear brothers and sisters, the minister said Thanksgiving is an ongoing thing. It should be mainstream into our lives. It should be a daily lifestyle. It should be something that anything you say or do is geared towards Thanksgiving, so that Thanksgiving becomes part of your life and make your life more comfortable, more beautiful, and you will have nothing to complain about. That is how we should be living our lives. Our lives should be lives of thanksgiving, lives that impactful lives that put back something to this world, that make people around you to be proud that they know you, to be proud that they came in contact with you. If somebody gives you something and you come back to say thank you, remember the parable of the leopards in the Bible, that God cleansed 10 leopards and only one comes back to say thank you to God. That is a mindset that we are having in the world today. Only one of them comes back to say thank you to God. Oh my God. Yes, Seraphine, welcome my beautiful, welcome my dear. Wilson, I see you. Only one of them came back to say thank you to God. How beautiful the Bible is. The Bible gives us examples, and we'll see it in our midst today. Everything that happened in the days of old, we see it. 10 people are cleansed. One person comes back to say thank you. It is terrible. Mommy Vero don't life saute. Oh yeah. Yes, I stayed a long time before coming back. So, you know, we need to learn to say thank you. We need to learn to appreciate. When you appreciate from the heart. When you appreciate from the heart, God blesses you. When you show gratitude, God will give you more. That is what the Bible says. If you give to God, shaken and filled into the basket, when God gives to you, it overflows. Because when you are giving to God, you are saying thank you. When you appreciate others, God blesses you. When you appreciate people, they bless you. Everything that happens in life happens for a purpose. So I am calling on all of us to learn how to say thank you. If you have never been saying thank you to your father or mother, if you have been thinking that all what your parents do to you is your right, then you are wrong. It is your right, and your obligation is to say thank you. Because when your father gives, when mother cooks food and serves you, and when you eat and say thank you, oh, the mother is touched. She will want to do more. If your father pays your school fee and you say thank you daddy for my school fee, he will do more. If your wife cooks food for you, and when you come back, you eat the food and you say thank you mom, thank you dear, thank you baby for this food, you make her to feel like cooking the best of foods for you. If your husband brings back something for you, or he calls you from work and does something to you, and you come and comes back home and you say thank you. I appreciate the calls that you call when you are at work. When we communicate, I feel good. When you call me, I feel loved. When you say thank you, he will do more. If you have your neighbors who are not greeting you and you learn to greet them, greeting them alone is being appreciative that God has made you see a new day. There is never a crown, and there will never be a crown for developing a haughty attitude and being proud. You go around passing people without greeting. In your office, Henry, yes. If in your office you are able to sow the seed of gratitude amongst your colleagues, you will be planting something that you will harvest. So with your colleagues, say thank you. With your Christian members in church, say thank you. With your friends, say thank you. Learn to say please and thank you. Just like my daughter taught me when she was still young. She taught me to learn to say please and thank you. Learn to say thank you. When you say thank you to people, God blesses you and blesses you more. Those of us who think that it is a right for us to seize everything, if your father is working and is able to pay your school fee, learn to say thank you to him. If your mother is able to give food to you, learn to say thank you. If your partner or your mother or your father or your wife or whoever is able to provide shelter for you, say thank you. Gratitude is very important. If somebody is able to give a hand of fellowship to you when you are in difficulty, learn to say thank you. The word thank you, we all talk about it. We all want to be thanked. We all want to be gratified, but it's so difficult for us to say thank you to other people. We have to develop it. Liga Emmanuel says, you are just marvelous, my dear. Thanks so much for this reawakening. Thank you and glory to God. Emigo says, thank you gives us energy to continue doing good in the society. A thank you goes deep down in people's heart. I tell you, this week I am above the earth because Minister Fortune said thank you, mommy, and I felt good. We need to say thank you. Let's say thank you. Let's mainstream thank you into our daily activities. Let it be a way of life, as Minister Fortune beautifully said it. Let it be part of us. We should not be waiting only for Thanksgiving time to say thank you. We should make it a way of life, because when you say thank you, God feels good. When you thank people you see, you are, by the way, thanking God you do not see. I am going to be going now because I want to rush out. I want to go and represent Mama Talaku in her sister-in-law's wake right away. And everybody's in the car waiting for me. So I have to jump out and go there. And that is also another way to tell God, though you have taken this, my lovely daughter, away, thank you for still giving us life, that we can celebrate her life. Please, as you go back home, call somebody you have not been able to appreciate. Those of you who are listening to me and you are in Africa, call everybody who has ever said something to you and say thank you. If you have your mother, you've never said thank you to her, please call her, give her a talk, give her a shout out. To your father, to your sister, your siblings, give a shout out to your husband or your wife. If you are a wife listening to me right now, make your house comfortable. When your husband comes back, say thank you, darling, for coming back home. Thank you that you are the husband that I have. I thank God and I give God the glory. I bless the day I had you. If you are a husband, you're waiting for your wife, or you're preparing to go back home, when you get home, appreciate your wife. Say, sweetheart, thank you for being there. Thank you for being the mother of my children. Thank you for being my wife. Thank you for being there, my closest friend, my partner, my helpmate, the bone of my bone and the flesh of my flesh. Let's learn how to thank each other. And please, when you thank everybody, say thank you to God. Appreciate God. Count your blessings and name them one by one, so that when you are saying thank you, you are earnestly saying thank you for the heart. As we go out today, those of us who are going out because it's morning and daytime, as you go to bed, go with the spirit of thanksgiving. Let us start from now on, so that by this time next year, when we are thanking God for keeping us alive and for making us healthy, we'll be able to evaluate and see how well we were able to thank others, how we have been able to appreciate others, how we have been able to influence the world positively for Christ, just simply by showing gratitude. It's been a great day. We are going to be on again. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Minister Fortune, for coming online. Thank you to everybody who has come online. I hope that you shared the video. I'm going to bring more beautiful songs on board because I'm working on them right now. That's one of the reasons that made me to jump back here. And we are going to have more songs. We'll enjoy them. Thank you, Georgette Ningcho. God bless you. Share the video, please. Share and share and share. Invite your friends to listen. Sometimes people want to give gratitude and it just slips off their mind. And when they listen to us murmur and talk and try to say something about that, it reminds them, and then you see them go to show gratitude. So let us celebrate Thanksgiving tomorrow. Celebrate your life by thanking people. Celebrate people. Appreciate people. Just say thank you, because it is very, very helpful and it can help people. Hey, Yvette, you are coming while I'm going out. Lovette, you are coming in when I'm also going out too. But you can review the video which is on my page. Please share it on your page so that you can listen to it again. And also invite your friends to watch. I must go now because I'm going for a wake keep. I love you all. God bless you. And may God help us to learn how to say thank you. To learn how to say please and thank you. To learn how to show love. To learn how to teach even our children by example. Hey, have a blessed evening, a blessed day, a blessed night. Let's just have a good day. I cannot stop without reading what Apia said. I have a friend who is now abroad, and after seeing how difficult it is to send money back home, he now called and said, I will never forget you for all you did for me when I was home. It felt so good. You see, that's gratitude. It took that person to go out of this country to be able to see that it is necessary to say thank God. I thank God for him. It is necessary to say thank you. I thank God for him. Thank you so much. Have a blessed evening. I must go right away. I love you too, Seraphine. I love you, AP. I love everybody who is here, and those who are just coming in now. Please, after a few minutes, the video will be available on my space. You share it on your space, and then you invite your friends. Let's continue to love each other. Hey, Newu, I'm going to pass on all your love. I'm going right there now to represent you, and I have to do it. Thank you, and have a blessed evening, a blessed night, a blessed morning. Bye-bye. Love you all. Love you lots. Love you, love you, love you. Hey, Roy Mama, coming in when I'm going. Look at you. You people should share this video and let people comment. Let people enjoy it. We're talking about gratitude. I know you just come in now, but I know you are going to do an impactful thing because you will share the video and many other people will be blessed by it. Thank you so much. I love you all. I must go for Mama Talaku's sister-in-law's wake keep right away. Bye-bye. I love you.